want to give you a little bit of a physique update on myself, which I have not done in quite some time. It has admittedly not been my priority for the past year plus, so I've been lifting and I have been eating, mostly well over the past year and a half or so. However, I've not been actively trying to pursue any given physique goal. So I'll show you what that looks like. And I also want to discuss some of my fitness goals for the upcoming year. All right, let's do it. I've given you an update of my physique, showed you what I look like, dropped in some measurements for you. Let's talk about what I did for the past year plus. One note about weight maintenance, I think it's a really fantastic goal for many of you guys, especially for those of you who are always in fat loss mode or always actively pursuing, like, I wanna shed body fat, I wanna bulk up, I wanna do this, I wanna do that. Maintaining your body weight in itself is a huge victory, especially because so many people struggle so much with simply maintaining their body weight. So it doesn't have to be complicated, it doesn't have to be this big headache. You can just have fitness take a little bit more of a backseat in your life than usual. So increase your calories by a few hundred a day, get on a fitness program, a workout regimen that you can sustain month after month. And what that is for you is obviously gonna be different from one person to the next. For me, it was mostly 3 days of lifting a week plus some walking outside. Other than that, you'll have a lot more energy to enjoy your quality of life. You'll be a lot more fun to be around, I promise. You'll enjoy going out to eat more. You have way more flexibility with your calories. You may find that your neurosis and obsession with food and dieting and even with body image improves significantly. So there are a lot of benefits that come with weight maintenance that I encourage you guys to think about, especially if you've been in diet mode for a really long time. All right, so that's a little bit of a side conversation that I can always elaborate on later. Okay, I'm gonna switch gears talking about my fitness goals moving forward. Instead of setting outcome goals, instead of saying I wanna weigh this much, I wanna lift this much weight, because we can't always control how that happens, I instead wanna set specific behavior goals that I can definitely do. It's very concrete. Did I do it? Yes or no? So first thing is I wanna increase my lifting frequency to 4 days a week. Last year was 3 times a week on average. I'd like to do 4 days a week. And so they're probably gonna be in the form of lower, upper, or maybe some months I'll do lower, upper, full. Doesn't have to be long workouts by any means. Sometimes they might be 30 minutes or something like that. But I think that's a very reasonable step in the right direction for me. I like to continually hit my bench press, military press, incline press, body weight chin up, back squat, and sumo deadlift. I actually do semi-sumo deadlift. I want to hit all those lifts at least once a week, probably 1 to 2 working sets bare minimum. I noticed that for me, as long as I am consistently hitting those lifts every week, every consecutive week, I do gain strength on them. So I want to keep that up, and I'd like to see in particular, and this is gonna sound kind of funny, I want to see where my bench is by the end of the year if I can hit that every single week. So far, I had taken a few months off. A month ago when I was benching, I was at 85 pounds for 5 reps, which kind of made me sad because I was a little bit off from my best. And yesterday I hit 95 pounds for 6. So in a matter of 4 weeks, I put on 10 pounds on my bench plus an extra rep. I'd like to see next week if I can get, 95 for 7, 95 for 8. If I can get 95 for 10, I'd be pretty thrilled. Maybe by the end of the year, if I can get 110 pounds for like 3-4 reps, that would be pretty amazing. But again, I'm not attached to any specific outcome. So that's 2 of my behavior goals. So 4 times a week lifts, hitting those main lifts every week. 3, the first 2/3 of this year, I'd like to spend actually gradually gaining a little bit of weight on purpose this time. And I think this will be good. I noticed, and this is common for a lot of people too, when I gain some weight, my glutes grow in size. There's more meat to them, obviously. And yes, I will be gaining a little bit of body fat, but I think if I'm very gradual about it, It'll be nothing out of control. So I won't be tracking my macros, but what I will be doing is just eating a little bit above my normal baseline. I've been mindfully eating, and I guess you can call it, for the past 3.5 years, where I have not been tracking my macros or weighing my food, but I always have a pretty good idea of where my calorie intake is. So I've been maintaining at roughly 16 to 1800 calories a day. Some days I'm over 2000 calories, which is fine. I never stress out about my nutrition ever, and I strive for roughly 90 to 100 grams protein per day minimum, and then I don't worry about my carb and fat numbers. So what I'm gonna do there is just eat a little bit more, maybe so I have my usual meal, I reach my normal stopping point, and instead of stopping there, maybe I'll have like 2 or 3 extra bites or something like that. So I'm gonna be tracking my measurements every month or every other month to make sure things are moving in the right direction. Then the second third of the year, I'm going to diet down for the first time. By that time, it will have been 4 years since my last fat loss stint, which is pretty solid, long time out of dieting mode, which will be pretty exciting for me. I'd like to see what my physique looks like when I shed some body fat compared to 4 years ago, to see if I've made some improvements, and I definitely hope that I have after all these years. I have my 30th birthday coming up in late December of this year. December 25th is my birthday, 1989. So I'll be turning 30 at the end of 2019. And I'd like that to be a goal for me to shoot for, to where I wanna see if I can get in the best shape of my life by then. Of course, being like best shape is very subjective, but for me, I wanna see if I've gained some more muscle and get a little bit leaner. I'm not doing a competition, I'm not doing anything formal per se. I might do a photo shoot or something more for myself than anything, but I want to just celebrate my body and see how strong I can get, see what I can do. None of this is meant to be stressful whatsoever. I want this to be a really fun, enjoyable process, and I hope you will follow along.